All right, we're going to continue our media availability with Ryan Truex, who will be driving the number 11 Joe Gibbs Toyota this weekend. Ryan, we know you've been preparing for this, knowing that this could happen. Can you talk to us a little bit, the preparation, should Denny have not have been able to join due to the baby?
Yeah, it's been a crazy few weeks. Basically since Charlotte, I've been, on standby. So, yeah, I'm glad it's at a track where I can practice and have time, and no one's been, except for a few guys. So, yeah, I mean, I found out Wednesday night, so it's been kind of chaotic getting here and putting all that together. But I'm just, grateful for the experience and grateful to be here, and really just want to enjoy it. I don't really have any set goals or expectations. I just want to enjoy the weekend. I mean, I'm driving a Cup car for Joe Gibbs at an international race. This is not something I ever dreamed of doing, and just want to take it all in and have a good time.
Awesome. We'll go ahead and open it up for questions. If you have one, please raise your hand. We'll get a mic over to you. We'll start right here with Dustin, and then we'll go to Jeff, and then Holly.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. Ryan, when you say chaotic since Wednesday, what do you mean? Can you kind of take us through what you've had to do and just the challenges, since you've kind of been preparing in a way?
Yeah, I mean, I've been at the track, like I said, every weekend since Charlotte. And, Charlotte and Nashville and Michigan were more precautionary than anything. Michigan is when it started to get close, and, I felt like there was a pretty good chance I was going to be in the car at some point. But, yeah, obviously the due date was during the Michigan race, and that week leading up into Mexico. I don't have kids. I don't know how any of it works. I don't know when it happens, when it doesn't happen. So I'm just kind of hanging out, waiting for the call, yes or no. Every time Gail would text me, my heart would stop, because I'm like, is it a yes you're going? Is it a no you're not going? And every time it was a maybe. So that definitely fuels the anxiety a little bit when you don't know what's going on. You don't know when it's going to happen. But yeah, I've been prepping every week, preparing like I'm going to be in the car, and yeah, this week it happened. But yeah, I found out Wednesday night, and we flew out Thursday. So it was a quick turnaround. But everyone made it happen, and I made it here.
So this is first Cup race for you since, I want to say, 14.
Been a long time, yeah.
What does it mean to get back and have this opportunity? Maybe it leads to something, maybe this is it, but to get back and be in a Cup car and maybe show what you can do. Yeah, I mean, it's my last time in Cup was not a fun experience. Didn't go well for me. I didn't enjoy it, and yeah, that was probably not the right move for me career-wise, and kind of been fighting back since then a little bit. But I enjoy what I do with JGR, and I've been able to race part-time the past few years and do all my stuff away from the track, and it's been nice. I mean, it's fun to race part-time and get Saturdays at home, but it's also fun to be at the track. So I feel like I've had a good balance the past few years, and yeah, I mean, the Cup cars back then are so different than they are now, and I've got a little bit of experience with the Gen 7 car now, with some testing and things, and obviously doing the sim stuff every single week a lot. I feel like I've run 1 million laps here already in the past month, so definitely feel like I'm ready, and yeah, like I said, it's good that we have a real practice, and I have 3 sets of tires, and I can work through that, work on pit road, work on my positioning around other cars, and just learn the racetrack, and everyone's kind of on equal footing on that regard. So yeah, I think it should go well. I'm hoping it goes well, and we'll see what happens.
All right, we'll go to Jeff, then to Holly, then to Bob, then to Zach, Matt, and Jerry.
I guess this is, you don't know the answer to this for sure, but is it possible that out of all the drivers, you have more laps around this place in the sim than anyone else? Like, how many hours have you done just this place alone?
I don't know. I mean, everyone's prepped a lot because, like I said, no one's been here. Yeah, it's hard to say. I know I've run a lot of laps, and I spent some time with the 11 team this week, kind of for their prep session that they usually do with Denny. I did that with them, so got a little bit of experience working with them and making some laps with the setup that we're gonna run this weekend. yeah, it's been a lot of laps, and it'll be interesting to see how close it is or how far away it is. You know, it's never 1-to-1 perfect, but you know, anything can help, and you know, limited practice and test time and everything. It's a huge tool for everyone to use, especially at a place like this. So yeah, I'm not sure. I think I probably have the most, but yeah, we'll see if it translates.
I mean, is it like muscle memory for you, do you think, when you'll get out there? Like, okay, like I'm just so familiar with this place, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I plan on using the same brake markers and things like that. I hope they actually are the same. I hope they're not too deep, or, you know, I'd rather them be a little more conservative than not, but I guess we'll find out.
We'll go to Holly and then to Bob.
Hi, Ryan. Holly Kane with the NASCAR Wire Service. Kind of along all these lines, if you had to pick a place, though, to kind of make this start like this, a venue that no one has any huge amount of race laps on, wouldn't you say this is kind of the best scenario? I mean, most everyone is in the same position of not having raced here before.
Yeah, I was definitely more nervous about Charlotte. You know, the idea of jumping in for 600 miles with no practice or anything and just going for it was a little nerve-wracking. Same with Nashville, and you know, Michigan I was pretty comfortable with, just because I did the test a few months ago. So at least have some reps there to fall back on. Yeah, I feel like this is really the best case scenario. Obviously, I have tracks that I love, like Dover and Richmond and New Hampshire, where I'm comfortable and I feel like I know what I need. But this car is a whole different animal. So, yeah, I think just the fact that we get practice alone, we get 50 minutes and then a half hour, that's huge for me, because it's so hard to just go out for 20 minutes and, first of all, know the track. Second of all, know what you need to be fast. I feel like it always takes a lot to find that last tenth or two. You know, even when I race Xfinity part-time, when I'm away for a while and come back, it's always that last little bit that takes a while to find, or is hard to find, where the guys that are doing this every week, you know, they're wide open right away. They know what they need, and they're fast right off the bat. So I think that's the biggest thing for me is just having practice. And yeah, Kyle Busch has been here, but I think the track was pretty different back when he was here. So hopefully it doesn't translate too much.
All right, we'll go to Bob, then to Zach.
Is all of your like personal equipment here? Is it your seat? Are the pedals set for you? Is everything? It would be just like if you were in the car every week? It's close. It's a little bit of a mismatch because the cars came straight from Michigan, and I don't know how sure we were that this would happen. So obviously, when the car got here, it was set up for Denny. So they're making adjustments now, or making adjustments after tech. Honestly, I fit pretty well. Obviously, the pedals are a little far away, so they're gonna have to move those. But you know, if it was an oval, I could have made do with how the pedals were. But for a road course with heavy braking and a lot of, you know, throttle modulation and things, you know, we need to move those. But for the most part, really all of the JGR guys, I feel like I fit pretty close. Obviously, if it's a 600-mile race, you want to be perfect, because any little pinch point or tight point is going to drive you crazy. But for the most part, we should be able to get it pretty close. And just checking, do you have to host Actions Detrimental on Monday? Or?
I don't think so. I haven't heard. I'll go on there, though. I'll join him if you let me. I don't know if I'd get the invite, but it'd be cool.
We'll go to Zach, then to Matt.
Hey, Ryan. Martin won here when the Busch Series debuted in Mexico in 2005. And if my math is right, I think you were a couple of weeks shy of your 13th birthday. This might be a big memory bank dig, but do you have any memories of that, or just how that was for him?
Yeah, I remember. I mean, I watched on TV, obviously, but I remember watching it. And I remember, I forget who was driving the 5 car for Hendrick. He was really, really fast. Yeah. And something happened to him, and he was on the comeback. Martin was leading, and I remember he was trying to run him down. And I remember I was super nervous, and I couldn't really watch because I was like, this guy's going to catch him and pass him. And I get really nervous when he races and he's leading or going to win. You know, I don't have to worry about that now. But, yeah, I remember a little bit of that. And I texted him this week when I found out, and he said, you know, the Truexes are 1 for 1 at Mexico. So no pressure. I'm glad he could throw that at me. But yeah, he's been good for advice. I did ask him at Michigan what I needed to do, and he just said a lot of throttle. That was his full debrief with me, was a lot of throttle. So he's what you guys see here and what you guys see on TV. That's him. That's how he is. Short, to the point. If I ask him stuff, he'll tell me, but I don't know how much it'll translate from 2005.
All right, we'll go to Matt, and then to Jerry, and then we're going to take one last question from Jenna in the back.
Matt Weaver, The Sporting News. Typically, in your role as a backup driver, sim driver, you only have your name called when something bad goes wrong, and this isn't quite that, right? This was a great thing that's happened to Denny and Jordan. With that in mind, are you rooting for this outcome over the last 3 weeks? Like, do you want to be in the car so much you're rooting for the baby to come at that point?
I mean, yeah, I want to be in the car, obviously. And when you're in this situation, I mean, you don't want anybody to get hurt or be sick or have something crazy bad happen. Like you said, this is a good thing. And yeah, the timing just worked out where, we're racing in a different country and it all happened at the same time. So yeah, I mean, it's a great opportunity for me. And like I said, I don't have a set goal or expectations. I just want to enjoy it and have fun and hope that the results come.
And then talking to Brad Keselowski, who was in here before you, Brad is certainly aware that one race, one opportunity can change the entire trajectory of a career. I know you don't want to put too much pressure on yourself, but are you aware of kind of the transformative effect that one race could have on your career?
Yeah, no, I mean, I've thought about that. I'm trying to not think about it too much and not put too much pressure on myself because it's really easy to do that and make mistakes. But, I have a lot of confidence with this group, the 11 group, and just JGR as a whole. I feel like it's really kind of been family for me over the past few years, and really they've really taken me in and done a lot with me and helped me develop my skills, get better as a driver, and I just want to hopefully return that investment into a good finish for him.
Go to Jerry, and then we'll wrap with Jenna.
Jerry Jordan, kickingthetires.net. You said you talked to the team, but have you talked to Denny? And if so, what was that conversation like?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen each other a little bit. I haven't talked to him about this weekend yet because he's been pretty preoccupied. But we've been able to communicate through Gale and through spotters and all those things. So we did talk before Michigan for a little bit, just about Michigan, not about Mexico, but I'm sure after practice, once we get some time, we'll be able to debrief a little bit and see if we can, just see if he's got any advice or, I'm not sure if he'll be watching. I'm sure he will, but I know it's hard to watch somebody else drive your car. So I'd totally understand if he didn't want to watch because I've been there before too. But yeah, we'll probably debrief at some point and move on from there.
And you say you came in yesterday. Were you on the charter or did you fly commercial? Because there was some issues yesterday, obviously.
Yeah, no issues. It was all good. It was all smooth. Got here last night and had a good sleep. Got used to the elevation and ready to go.
Go ahead, Jenna.
Hi, Ryan. Speaking of the elevation, not knowing if you were going to be in the car, did you go through Toyota's whole program to get ready for this race?
Yeah, I mean, I'm there pretty much every week. So I pretty much, like I said, I prep like I'm racing for that weekend. So I've been doing everything to be ready pretty much for every weekend. Obviously nobody really knows what to expect with the elevation because none of us have really done a race at this elevation before. I did talk to Martin about it and he said it didn't bother him and I don't think he's ever even been in the same room as a treadmill. So I should be good. But I guess we'll find out. I mean, like I said, we're all in the same boat here. But yeah, we'll see how everyone feels today and go from there.
What was your favorite part of the elevation training?
I don't. It's nothing crazy, honestly. Yeah. I didn't sleep in the tent. I didn't do all that. I did hear about that, and I know it was really hot. I heard they were like 90 degrees when you're sleeping in them. So I don't think I could have actually physically done that. Yeah, we'll see. I think I'll be all right. I feel like I'm in good shape and feel good so far, so see what happens.
All right, Ryan. Thanks for your time
All right.
today, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.